Alright, I got my Deadpool shirt on. I've seen the sequel. Now let's eat some chimichangas while I talk about this new movie. Deadpool 2, directed by David Leitch, the man that directed John Wick 1 and V for Vendetta. The perfect man to direct this sequel. This movie brings back Ryan Reynolds to play the Merc with the Mouth Deadpool, aka Wade Wilson. We also have Miranda Baccarin back as Vanessa, and we got some new characters. We have Josh Brolin, Thanos playing Cable, who is the son of Cyclops and Madeline Pryor, a Jean Grey clone, coming back from the future with a metal arm. And we have another mutant named Domino, played by Zaza Beetz, who has the power of luck. So let's get into this sequel. The plot of this movie is Deadpool has to protect this kid named Russell, who's also called Fire Fist, a mutant with pyrokinetic powers, from Cable, who's coming back from the future to kill him. And Deadpool tries to put Russell back on a different path, tries to save his soul, so Russell doesn't go on the path where he ends up killing Cable's family and brings about the events that makes Cable come back to the future to try to kill him. Cable ends up trying to help Deadpool, and hilarious antics ensue, and that's pretty much our movie. Now, I loved the first Deadpool. That movie was hilarious. It did a great job giving the character Wade Wilson some real justice, because X-Men Origins Wolverine ruined that character, and it was great to see Ryan Reynolds do the character right this time. This was his passion, to play the character Deadpool, and X-Men Origins Wolverine ruined that. So it was great to see him getting a second chance to do the character right. And the first movie was excellent. It was a great origin story. A sequel was inevitable. And the sequel is very good. I did like this movie, but of course it's not as good as the first one, but still a very good movie and definitely worth watching. In the movie, Deadpool forms a mutant team known as X-Force, which really gets a very good joke in the movie when they are introduced and they go out to try to help save the kid, Russell, from going on his dark path. The people on the Deadpool's team are Terry Crews, who plays Bedlam, Bill Skarsgård from the remake of Stephen King's It. He played Pennywise in that movie. He plays Zeitgeist on the team, and there's a mutant named the Vanisher as well. One of the other characters that's on the X-Force team is this normal guy named Peter. He's hilarious. It's very funny to see just a regular guy on the X-Force team. That's pretty cool. As, of course, Domino, played by Zaza Beetz. And the team is pretty funny, what happens to them in the movie. I don't want to spoil what happens to them. We also get back Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. They're great in the movie, although you don't get as much of them. Colossus you get a good amount of, but I wanted a bit more of Negasonic. But one thing that is cool is that Negasonic gets her own love interest. She gets a lesbian love interest named Yukio, who's great, but there's really not much development between them. You don't really get enough of them in order to really feel there's any chemistry between them, really, because all Yukio does is hi, and she shows off her mutant power in the climax, which is pretty cool. Leslie Uggams returns as Blind Al, and she was pretty good in the movie, although she doesn't show up enough in the film. I wanted a little bit more of her in the movie, which is a a little bit of a disappointment, but that's alright. We also get a big surprise character in the movie, which I do not want to spoil. A character that the X-Men movies ruined, and it was great to see this big character done right in this movie, which is awesome, and you get to see that big character fight Colossus, which is great. I really like this movie. This movie was really good. The jokes were really good. T.J. Miller shows up in the movie again as Weasel, Wade Wilson's best friend, and he was very good in the film, even though we don't get that much of him. Deadpool's taxi cab driver, Dubhender, shows up in the movie, and he's great in the film. I really did like him in the movie. So overall, this movie was really good, but there were some problems with this movie. So let's get into it. I may have to give up a few spoilers to talk about the negatives in this film. One of the negatives is with the relationship between Wade Wilson and his love interest Vanessa. We do not get enough of that relationship in this movie. The relationship was one of the best parts of the first one. Their chemistry was fantastic. So I was hoping to get more of that in this movie, and unfortunately we don't get enough of it, which is a bit of a shame. We do get the relationship, we still get that great chemistry, but I wanted more. In fact, I wanted to see Vanessa become Copycat. In the comics, she becomes this mutant named Copycat who's a shapeshifter. And I wanted to see that happen in this movie, and unfortunately that doesn't happen. I don't want to spoil what does happen to her, but maybe she'll become Copycat in the third movie when they eventually do Deadpool 3. But for now, she's not Copycat in this movie. Kind of sucks, but that's okay. Overall, though, this movie was great, and the surprise character that shows up in this movie, this big character, makes up for a few of the negatives in this movie. So I really did like this film, and I'm definitely going to buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. So I'm going to give this movie a B+. The soundtrack is better than the first movie was. The music in this movie is really great too. They have a Celine Dion song, which is great, and the rap song in this movie is X-Force, where in the first movie the rap song was just Deadpool. It was really cool. The rap song is better than the rap song from the first movie, so that's great. So definitely check out Deadpool 2. And stay after the credits. There's this hilarious mid-credits scene which is really awesome, and that's pretty much it.